Hey guys, what's up? Sermo11 here with my review of Hunter x Hunter episode 131, Anger and Light. Now, this review might be kind of long, but let me just get into it. This was a great episode of Hunter x Hunter, but I have some complaints about it, and I know I've done this before, but I think this is the point where the complaints have finally been shown in the light, because light's in the title of the episode and everything, but yeah, I have some complaints about this episode, and I'll get into those later. I tried to do a live reaction, but my iPod can't record that much, so it kind of stopped at 12 minutes, 13 minutes, around there. Might be all the space I have left on my iPod, but I don't know if you guys want to see that or not. I can try to upload it, but I have problems putting the actual file onto my computer or sending it to myself, because that doesn't work for some reason. Like, it said my computer doesn't have the codec to play that file, but I can try if you guys want that. But I do need like a video editing program, because I need to put my my channel name all over the place, because I don't want someone to steal that video. And if they do steal the video, they're gonna be like, why does it say Sermo11 all over the place? And then the person who stole the video is gonna have to deal with that. But yeah, it's been like a minute, hasn't it? With that said, time for the review. So if you haven't watched the episode yet, definitely get out of here, because there are some major spoilers, and I will be talking about a spoiler in Naruto. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so in the last episode of Hunter x Hunter, we found out that Kite was dead for good. Kite was a character that Gon met at the beginning of his journey and traveled with for the beginning of the arc. So Pito began healing his own arm, and Gon was questioning that at the end of last week's episode. And in this week's episode, Killua starts heading for Gon after Poof tells him that he's using Pito. And I feel like Poof should have kept his mouth shut, but of course, this is a shonen series, or just a series like this in general. The person has to tell what they're doing, so the main character is aware. And now I believe Killua's probably going to save Gon in some way. The ending of the episode kind of, I don't know, it makes that kind of different, but we'll see. And I have to stop right now because my laptop's about to die, and I have to go plug it up. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry. I think King Lightning said this in his last video, that there would be like some controversy over this episode, and I definitely agree, because if someone wants to argue about this or talk about this episode, I am ready to go, because I have some problems with this episode, as I said earlier, and I'm going to be talking about them later. So Pito tells Gon that he has to kill him for the king, of course, the king and everything. And they're finally fighting after episodes and episodes of teasing the fight. And here come my problems. So what Gon does is that he creates a new nin ability on the spot, and that nin ability is to change his body into an adult version of himself with immense nin that's even stronger than the king. And there you go. We now know how this arc is going to end. Gon versus the king. Gon is confirmed to win the fight. So my problem with Hunter x Hunter is that it was okay when small abilities were made off screen. Even Killua's speed, his lightning speed and everything was okay with me. But Gon's ability automatically takes him up there with top characters in the series. Netero is dead, but the king is still alive, so the king is still up there. The king is probably the strongest character in the series currently. And now Gon is stronger than the king, and I don't like it. Like, even if he can only use the power sometimes, or maybe this is the only time he can use the power, it's not okay. He's the main character and everything. We know he's not going to die, but I don't know if Pito was right about this or not. I'm thinking that Pito was wrong about this. Pito says that the price that Gon has set for this ability is his life, and I think Killua or either Pito says something about him using his life energy to use this ability. So basically, Gon's gonna die young, or he's gonna be in serious trouble, like probably at the end of this arc or something. But I doubt he's going to die. And his ability, or at least the price of his ability, sounds similar. The supposed price of his ability sounds similar to Kurapika's ability. And Kurapika's ability was like, if he uses the technique on someone besides the Phantom Troop, he will die. And Gon says in the episode, he said, I don't care what happens anymore. And in my live reaction, I was like, Gon's on some suicide stuff. But yeah, tell me if you want to see that live reaction. I think it might be pretty good. And my problem with this episode was the fight. You know, Hunter x Hunter is a great series, but the fight teasing was a bit annoying. You know, Gon's just sitting there for episodes, you know, shut up and all that. And the fight was only one episode, and Gon was pissed off for like a ton of episodes. My problem lies in the fact that the main character has created a super strong ability, and just like out of nowhere. Plus, how the fight goes down wasn't really that. I don't know. If the way I see it is, if you like fights, Hunter x Hunter isn't really the series for you. And I like the series and everything. Like, this was cool early on, you know, not as many fights and everything. And some series do that, you know, they incorporate more fights later on. But this series is still more story than action. And yeah, after a while, that's definitely a problem. But let me get back to the episode. So, when Gon is powering up, the wind starts circling the room, and Pito's kind of scared. And I like Pito. Pito is a great and smart character. And Pito immediately uses a Nin puppet technique, and I'll get to that later in the review. And then anyways, the animation is really nice as Gon is depicted as a black figure, you know, after he does his transformation. And then Pito's running around. I thought Gon was above Pito and it was about to kill him, but actually Gon's in the next room, or I believe he's outside. And Gon's all grown up, but he still has his clothes on, which is weird. Like, you could have changed his clothes to grow with him, Togashi. Some series do that when the characters, like, grow older. I liked the episode, but I don't know if it was the fact that I was talking to a camera during half of it, or the fact that I got spoiled on this. Maybe those are why I didn't really feel excited with the episode. And I normally look on the wiki after each arc, and somehow I got onto Gon's page, and I was scrolling down through his abilities, and then I saw this grown-up version of him. I think I read like a sentence or something on it, and then I got out of there. But you don't forget things like that, sadly. Also, the manga for Hunter x Hunter is coming back soon, and do you think that's because the anime is almost over, so there will be like more manga readers now? Or is it because the wife of Togashi, aka creator of Sailor Moon, is getting a new anime? Who knows? Back to the episode again, because I am all over the place with my reviews. What I didn't like about this fight was that there was no build up to this. Gon was pissed off, but we didn't know he had a new power like this. And then the fight was over before it even began. Like, it would have been cool if Gon had fought Pito before this, you know, not a full fight, of course, because Pito would have killed Gon earlier in this arc, but, you know, like a short fight or something. Maybe Pito's not using all of his energy, or something like that. And then this would have been like revenge for Gon losing that fight. But revenge for Kite? I really don't care about Kite. And I talked about this in like a lot of my reviews. And I watched the Insane Game Freaks review of the episode from last week, and he was saying that we as the fans don't really know much about Kite, so we don't really understand where Gon is coming from. And that's completely right. So, since people say that Naruto is a ripoff of the series Hunter x Hunter, I found something in the episode that I kind of wanted to point out. And there will be Naruto spoilers for the anime, I guess. If you're caught up on the anime, you should be good. Well, if you're caught up to the manga, you should be good. If you're caught up on Naruto, you should be good. So, get out of here if you don't watch Naruto. Gon's master dies and he's depressed. Jiraiya dies in Naruto and Naruto is depressed. And he has to fight the one who killed his master. And I know I'm all over the place with this review, but that's the exact same situation. Except the fact that Pain was a student of Jiraiya and Pito has no connection to Kite other than that he killed him. But the fight is short, so I can describe it in like a few sentences. Basically, they're walking because they got to get out of there, DBZ style. We can't destroy the building. You know, Kite's in there, his dead body's in there. Pito attacks Gon as they're walking. He dodges, you know, sidestep. And then Gon kicks Pito and charges up his attack. He kicks Pito up into the air and he charges up his attack, you know, Sai Shoku and all that. And then he punches Pito, which sends Pito flying through trees and rocks. So it's like Pito's like a rag doll hitting through all this stuff. And Pito at that second notices that his technique takes a lot of work, and he's glad that Gon used it on him. And you want to know why? Because he probably won't be able to use it on the king because it's using his life energy. So then we have Killua rushing to Gon, and then he finds Gon in the forest, who's basically torturing Pito. Like, he keeps hitting Pito over and over again, and he killed him. And then he recalls one of Kite's lessons, which is probably from earlier in this arc. I can't remember that far back, I'm sorry, because this is a long arc. And I guess Gon couldn't kill an ant back then. I can't really think of a situation. Was it the armadillo guy, or was it in the mine area? I think it might have been in the mine area. I'm not sure. And Killua thinks that Gon's new technique is similar to Biscuit's, but it's not. And I don't know why this was added in there, because I knew it wasn't like Biscuit's technique. I didn't even think of Biscuit when I saw Gon, because Biscuit reverts to her original form, which is this muscular woman, and then the form that she presents is like a little kid and everything. But what Gon has done is he's actually aged. You know, he's actually used his Nin power to age. And Pito actually says, or Killua, someone says, like, what he's doing, with like this technique that he's doing, he could like lose the ability to use Nin, and I think that would be a perfect punishment for Gon. And I guess, you know, I also don't really like the character that much based on this arc. So then Pito gets up, and I'm just like, oh yeah, kill him. See, the technique that Pito used earlier in the episode to turn him into a puppet, with a mission even after death, and the mission is to kill Gon. And this scene was done very well. It's in black and white. Killua rushes over to save Gon, but in the end, I don't know, I guess Killua wasn't fast enough or something. He tries to get in there, but Gon gets his arm cut off. I'm guessing Pito would have killed Gon if Killua hadn't gotten in the way. So Pito comes back at Gon, and then Gon punches Pito, and then he takes his dismembered arm and stabs Pito in the chest with it, and he charges up his rock. What is it? Paper, rock, paper, or no. Paper was a blast, right? So it's rock, paper, rock, I believe. And then he charges it up with his nub. You know, his arm got cut off, so it's like a nub. And then there's like this blast, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then the episode ends off with a huge explosion. And Killua was trying to stop Gon from doing this. So that would mean that Gon has used the technique, and I'm guessing he's either going to be out of Nin or have like a little bit of Nin left. And maybe the king's going to be like later in this arc, oh, I appreciate your effort. Here, take my Nin. Or some stupid crap like that. And I honestly think this would have been a perfect situation to kill Gon off, but you can't kill a main character. Of course you can't kill a main character. But this was a great episode of Hunter x Hunter, despite all the problems I had with it. It's just like, I feel like reviewers need to notice this. Like, I've noticed it, the Insane Game Freaks noticed it. Just notice like the problems with Hunter x Hunter. And I hope you guys can see things from my perspective. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.